Hey guys, it's Emma here and I have my recent reads favourite read video for April. So as always, I've got my Goodreads app here, so let's just get into it. So the first three that I read were like usual from my Kindle Unlimited subscription, just because I'm paying for that service. I want to make sure I get the money out of that every month. So I read Collected Easter Horror Shorts, and then the Midnightmare Collection, 10 Haunting Tales, and then the last Kindle Limited book I read was Zero Limit. Now the next book was in I think it was my horror box of stories box from October, was The Silver Road. And then one of my partner's comics, Nottingham Volume 1, Death and Taxes. And then a couple more comics that I bought for my partner for Christmas, I think it was, James Bond 007 Volume 1, and James Bond Reflections of Death. And then I was off work for my birthday, so I read the big Lock and Key books that my partner got me for my birthday, or Christmas actually I think it was. So I read Lock and Key Master Edition Volume 1, Volume 2 and Volume 3, and as far as I'm aware that's the whole story of the Lock and Key story by Joe Hill. Then I reread a few of my own comics because my partner had got me a Volume 4, so I reread the first three to read the fourth one. So that was Swing Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3 and Volume 4. And then another one from my horror box of stories box from October, I was still trying to get through all those, is Halcyon. And then another one of my partner's comics, just because if I'm off at the weekend I will try and go through some of his that I haven't read yet, and that was Unsacred Volume 1. And another one from my horror box of stories was Hide Me Among the Graves, and that was the last book that I read in April. So I was just, as I say, I was trying to get through that horror box from a box of stories that I still hadn't read all the books of yet. I think I'm finished it now though, that's them all read. But yeah, that was all the things I read in April. So I had a look just to see what I would pick as my favourite one, and I did really enjoy the Lock and Key books, especially the first one. But I think what I'm going to pick, because I just found I had the best experience and I really enjoyed this book, was Halcyon by Rio Ewers. I hope I'm saying that name right. I really, really enjoyed this book, so much so, and the writing in it so much so, that I've actually gone and looked up some of his other books and put them in a list on Amazon. I'm going to check some of them out at some point because I just really enjoyed it so much. So basically, long story short, it is about like a community of people that's not a cult, but is clearly a cult. But there's this guy and his two daughters. They have a tragedy that they're going through, and they find out about this community of people on this island, and it just sounds like idyllic and a new start for them. It's, there's no technology, nothing like that. There's no contact with the outside world. You're away on this island. It's just all peaceful and serene, so it seems. But yeah, as we go through, we realise that it's maybe not quite as good as it seems. And there are a couple of flashbacks just for the main woman who runs this place, just to kind of know her story, what happened to her in the past. But yeah, I just found it really a great read. There was some bits right at the start when the dad is watching TV, and they just made, like, the author just made a few funny jokes that just literally made me laugh out loud and giggle. I just thought they were really funny. They're stupid, but I just thought they were really funny. So right from like the first few pages, I just got sucked into this book, and I just really enjoyed reading it, and I wanted to know what was going to happen next. So yeah, that is the one that I would recommend, is Halcyon. I thought it was an absolutely great book, and that's definitely the one I'm recommending as my favourite read for April. So that is it though for this one, guys. Any comments, leave them down below, share it with your friends, give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you next time, guys. Bye!